week indeed for the Travojeviches. There's Jake on camera, the passing of his granddad, Peter Walpert. Peter was mum Mel's father, so to her, and there's young Tom, to her and her wonderful rugby league family goes our deepest sympathies. Tough night for the boys.
Okay, ready, boys?
Manly running left to right. Right in the background is a very good crowd over on the hill. As the ball bounces down to Foran, and he gives it to Alvaro, and he's carried back by Manly. If that's an indication of their enthusiasm, here's Paulo now with a bumping run. But still after two forwards, the 10 and the 8, the bookends, they still haven't reached the 10. And this is Moroa, Tepai Moroa, this very good young colt with a massive future. Now for Mahu, and he gets the play down to the 30-metre line. We're running away from the Bob Fulton, Steve Menzies grandstand end, the Pittwater Road end of the ground. And we're with Moroa again now. Thursday night football, the big one. Two, as I said, great arch rivals. They are enjoying their 70th year this year in the competition. They both joined in 47. In fact, Manly, the anniversary of their very first game, which was against Western Suburbs, was 2 days ago, and their first victory ever was in 1947 against Parramatta. So it's played there by Tapau. It was a carry for Lussick. Lewis Brown is the dummy half. They lost Matt Parcell in that match against Auckland. And so Manly having a look at the Parramatta 20-metre line. Off the boot of Dylan Walker. Jefferson's over there. And he's put it down. It's play on. Zero tackle. Penalty goes against Kieran Foran.
Backwood here.
Ben Cummins in charge of this one. His assistant is Adam Devcich. And here's danger for Parramatta in the early part. Tapau then, running it at Moroa and Alvaro. 5 out from the line. Down at the southern end. And from Brown then, from Nate Miles. The Australian and Queensland origin prop forward to play the ball. Taken down by Paulo. Brown then to Coruscant. Throws a dummy to Tom Simons. And then takes a 3-man Parramatta tackle. Number 1 in defence this year, Parramatta, after 6 rounds. And they're calling on all of that at the moment. Here's Walker running laterally, then looking for a gap to appear. But Parramatta doesn't panic. They number up and slide. And then Brett Stewart looking for one to level up with Steve Menzies for tries at Brookvale. 10 out from the line. They go back blindside. Walker toes one end, but it's cleaned up by Gufferson over there.
Well organised defence there from Parramatta. You spoke about it. They danced with Dylan Walker then. They should go back about 10 metres.
So Parramatta is Radradra running off Nathan Peats. And it's great to see the luckless number 9 from Parramatta back on the playing field. Nathan Peats. Played by Jennings. Then Norman. Now Alvaro. And they're at the 30-metre line. Norman again. Second man. Finding forward. And he's held over there by his very good mate, Steve Maddai.
I think Kieran saw Steve Maddai coming then. Uh-oh.
Now, here is Travojevic. Tom, 35 out from his own line. Jamie Lyon. Up towards halfway come Manly. Tafua. Maroa around the legs. Peets and Paulo up the top. Jake Trebojevic. Now they're 12 metres into Parramatta's territory. We're playing the fifth now. And that's the end of it. Away from Coruscant to Walker. Puts a banana kick in. It'll go. Whoa! No, it won't. He's got the try. He's got the try to level up with Steve Menzies. Most tries at Brookvale. The Prince of Brookvale has jumped out of the ground to take it.
Check for grounding here, please.
Well, that's extraordinary. Absolutely extraordinary, because never at any time
through to the grounding.
did I think he was going to get there first. Beautiful kick back in field. Here comes the grounding. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Can't pass it.
What are we celebrating? He's a fibber.
Well, there's a first. You never see Brett Stewart
Review
miss
the grounding, have a decision and going to the board.
He's a fibber. He got up celebrating, Rabbits. He got you all excited. Equaling records, they said. And it's a no try. Sit back down, Rabbits.
Hang on. Wait there, wait there.
Smart kick. Was that Dylan Walker?
Yes, it was.
Just wait
Dylan
for the
Walker.
tap,
Back?
Little hook kick back.
It's a nice play where they draw the fullback one way and then kick it straight back to the post. Really hard at defending.
This is Alvaro.
Rabbits was sweating on that one. He was sweating on that first try.
Stop it, will you?
He got up out of his seat, he cheered. He had the record books here all ready to go. And he's a fibber.
Gus, doing what I'm trying to do, and I emphasise trying to do, you have to be positive. Otherwise you'd never capture the history of the moment. It would all be clouded and tarnished with I think. Here's Rod Rudler at the 30-metre line.
I'm with you, buddy.
I don't think you are.
I thought it was a try.
Jennings now. Ooh, gee, that was heavy stuff.
That is huge contact.
Ran into Darcy Lussick, and here's Norman. He kicks ahead for Jennings, but it's gone in touch and goal. Yeah, you see, with the advent of these video referees and all that, a play-by-play commentator, you've got to call it positively, otherwise you've lost the moment forever.
Yeah. They're killing you, the video referee.
Absolutely.
They're killing you as a commentator.
Absolutely.
That's why I hate them. I'm with you, buddy.
Trebojevic.
I hope Brett Stewart scores a try, because I want to see that again. I want to hear that again.
Coruscant showed it in, went out, and Darcy Lussick will play the ball right on the halfway line. Miles. Bo Scott required in the tackle there to help Nathan Peets. Dylan Walker is greeted by Bo Scott himself. Maroa coming over the top. 30 metres out from the line. And Stewart puts a kick in, and it's skewed across the ground to be taken by Rod Radra.
We're just watching Dylan Walker and back play. It's hobbling on some sort of leg injury.
All the way, Jamie, all the way!
This is Gutherson.
He's running it out.
Coming out of their own 20-metre zone. Appropriate to go to Brad Fittler.
Thank you, Ray. It is a wonderful evening. It's about 20 degrees, Ray. There's a little gust coming over the nor'easter. He says a little bit of dew when he saw Corey Norman's kick. Just skid along here. They go through the middle. It's
Jenkins or Jennings?
Either way, he's fast.
Fine.
But anyway, it's a wonderful evening. Thank God it's Thursday.
Here's Takarangi. Gutherson to Foran. So Kieran.
You see that play there from Kieran Foran. He threw the ball early to Takarangi. Takarangi's opposite Steve Maddai. They like their chances getting on the outside of Maddai. He likes to hunt up and in and try to smash attackers.
This is Tom Simons, taken by the front rowers. And they're just outside their 30-metre line. Ooh. That shortened to 4 up a little bit. They're hit by Maroa and Mahu. You wouldn't want to meet up with them in a dark lane. Hombres. And this is Lusek now. Went to Parramatta for a couple of years. There's been a lot of players from these two clubs in the transit. Lyons and Gutherson will get a free carry, and he's coming back very, very quickly. So they go out to the 30. Gordon joins his winger.
That's great work from Clinton Gutherson. He too is playing against his old club tonight. A lot of publicity about Kieran Foran, but Clinton Gutherson is up against Manly for the first time and putting first bomb down, but his next two have been very, very good. He had a nice touch there with a catch and a quick tap.
Just out of that picture, Dylan Walker picking himself up gingerly. This is Alvaro. There's Walker getting back into the defensive line. And Foran goes to Norman. Norman steps. And Tom Simons picks him up. On the 20-metre line, here's a penalty. There's a hand there on the ball. It's happening so often in the game today. The moment there's a bit of danger around, they're happy to give the penalty to prevent the 6. We'll take a break. They're going to take the kick for goal. And back at what has previously been called Fortress Brookvale, although that's looking a little bit diminished at the moment. And there's a very good crowd in here. This is a suburban ground, members of Parliament. This is a suburban ground with a wonderful atmosphere. And I believe they made a stadium decision today. Big upgrade for ANZ, upgrade for Lyons, and basically a remake of Parramatta, Pertec. So we can get on with that part of our lives. And Michael Gordon kicks down into the crowd at the scoreboard end. So the first points are on the board after 11 and a half minutes. Parramatta 2-0.
Yeah, school holidays, plenty of kiddies around tonight, Thursday night. Saw them walking through the crowd, all sitting on the hill with their mums and dads and enjoying footy. Here they are.
Tanya, run
Nothing
here.
better. Nothing better than being out at night when you're a kid.
Trebojevic, I should say. Taken by Foran in goal. He's sending Alvaro back. Been with Parramatta a couple of years now. I fancy he's a junior from down in the Southern Highlands. Mittagong, 20 metres out from their own line. This is Gutherson asking the question. So 2-0 in favour of Parramatta. The penalty right in front coming at the 11th minute of the game.
I'll tell you what, they're hitting hard both sides. There's plenty of physical contact out there. And I've got to be honest, well, here's a player down injured. And I've got to say that Manly have improved out of sight since the first night we saw them here just 6 or 7 weeks ago. He's done a really good job, Trent Barrett. And despite some injuries and different things, he's really got this side working together as a unit.
As you can see, it is Tepai Maroa receiving attention down at the Parramatta 40-metre line.
There was an awkward one, another one of those where the second man is coming in low.
Parramatta looking tonight for their 4th straight win. This is the incident, and the ankle went underneath the body of Nate Miles.
See a lot of that these days. The tackling technique these days is to catch or tackle a player high up first, and then have the second or third man coming in low to stop him pumping his legs, and Nate Miles goes in low. He goes in around the waist, but he'll slide down now, and he slides over the top of that right foot and ankle. You'll see it there. And they bend it in a direction it's not supposed to go.
Don't go early.
Not deliberately, mind you, but
Wait till he plays it. Go.
it hurts.
And Norman getting a sizable kick away under extreme pressure, and Brett Stewart will play the ball just outside his 30-metre line. Here's Tafua. Nathan Peats dragging around the legs. And Paulo and Moreau working up top. Here's Tapau. Well, he's a tough man, Tapau. We know that. Ran into another tough man there, though, Bo Scott. Manly just with a little mistake there, but it was cleaned up in time. Travojevic. Set in on his back tonight. Jake. Walker's kick is very high. Gutherson stands his ground.
Well, pretty much all their attacking kicks have gone in that direction.
Hold it.
The ex-Manly youngster. He put the first one down, but he's been very, very tidy since then, but still they pepper away at him.
Well, nobody would know him better, of course, than Manly. And then, of course, the reason they're going to Gutherson is to keep it away from this fellow. Radradra. Norman taken by Tom Simon. Another luckless footballer. In the last half a decade.
That's all right, play on.
It came off the legs. I see Steve Maddai complaining out there that it looked to come off the leg. Here's Brett Stewart. And of course, if you read the... What did you think?
I thought it was play on. First side.
Daniel Hanyon.
Manly getting the penalty anyway to come away from their 30-metre zone against Alvaro, the 10.
Good quality from both sides at the moment. The Eels have had 8 opportunities with the ball. They've completed 7 of their 6 of 6. And the Sea Eagles similar. They've had 7 opportunities and completed 6. So high quality football, only the 3 penalties. Possession pretty even.
This is the time in a game as a half. And both teams are completing end-to-end. That you come into your running game around this time to take on the big guys.
Tapau then. Manly off the back of Nate Miles. Playing it for the second tackle. Travojevic back for Coruscant, who was so good against South a fortnight ago. And then Brown back for Miles. Not much sting in the tail, though. They probably lost their way a little bit there. And Coruscant now to Simons, and Simons has got Norman's arm around the ball. And Brown on 5, and then batted on Brett Stewart, and Tom Travojevic. He's got it back for Jamie Lyons. That's a brilliant blindside play. Crowd goes to their feet, and Jamie Lyons puts a 4-pointer over the line.
Well, sometimes your opponent scores a try and there's just no defence to it. This is brilliant. You can't defend to that. Brilliant stuff from Manly. Harvey Norman replay, first try of the night.
There he is, the captain. He's really put the icing on the cake. Some great work by young Tom Travojevic. And as I said, it was a brilliant blindside play.
the bat on from Stewart, but that's just really class play from the youngster.
He showed time, didn't he?
Yeah, look, he didn't have much room to move. It all had to be done quickly, but it looked real slow when he did it, didn't it? He just created time for himself, didn't panic, tippy-toed the sideline, dragged the defence wide, and then beautifully put the ball back on the chest of Jamie Lyons. Yeah, there was no defence to that. I don't think Parramatta did anything wrong.
So Jamie Lyons, he puts an exclamation mark on it. Brad Fittler.
Yeah, great start to the game by Killer. Earlier in the game, Semi Radradra had a bit of a shot at Tommy Trbojevic. But if you watch Jamie Lyons just hug the inside and rip into him from the inside, looking after his more inexperienced winger. And then once again, show the experience. The ball went over his head. He knew what Tom Trbojevic could do. The first thing he did was face the ball, and there he was, ready to take it and take the opportunity, score the first try. Great experience shown by Jamie Lyons.
Take two.
Yeah, they're a much improved team, Manly. Much improved.
I watched them last week, the victory against the Warriors. There wasn't so much science for a big game plan. They just played really tough, and you could see they're playing for their new coach, Trent Barrett. It was a big win against the Warriors.
With Miles. Manly are thinking they were in the open space, and here is Tupou now. On the halfway line, over on the eastern side of the ground. Jake Trbojevic. Good ball out the back for Lewis Brown, tripping over the tackler and gave it back for Tupou, back for Trbojevic, and then Walker, and then Lussick, and then down for Coruscant. Coruscant almost through the hole. 32 metres out from the line. Simon into Walker. And again, it's a high kick down to Gufferson. And Gufferson equal to the task again.
Well, possession might be even, but field position isn't. We haven't seen Parramatta on the attack too much at all, and Manly are probably dominating this territorially just with their great ball control and the effective end to every set of six with their kicking game. Parramatta in a little bit of a bunch at the moment.
Played then by Radradra. Now for Jennings.
It's good defence.
Norman finding the line just outside the 20 metres.
Yeah, they're in a hole, aren't they, Parramatta, at the moment? Their forwards look out in their feet. This year, I've had huge raps on this guy here, Junior Paula. He's been a wrecking ball. Big and strong and powerful and playing big minutes, but right now in this contest, he needs to stand up and inspire his teammates around him, in particular some of the forwards. Just get off the back fence and charge and wind up and get some go forward for his halves, in particular Foran.
Andrew, you were saying earlier that, you know, in a game like this where they've had plenty of tough action, it's time for the halves to run. When you were playing half, was it a look or a feel that you were wanting for opposition? When did you know it was time to run?
It was a feel, but it was also a look. You get a penalty, and you look at the opposition or a scrum, and you look at their big guys, in particular someone like Junior Paula, and if he was blowing, if he was out in his feet, you knew when you got to quick play the ball, you're going to take him on.
That's a code red, is it?
Oh yeah, quick play the ball, big guy in front of you, don't pass.
Could you feel the defensive line?
Here's Stewart running onto a pass from Lyons. Got the ball back to the captain. Sorry, gentlemen. There's a penalty going to Manly.
That was more of a visual.
I mean, was it a feel, like you could feel, you just felt like they were sitting back a bit?
You could feel them get on the back foot, and once you felt the defence going backwards, that's when you'd be looking up and you'd be watching these big guys
Quivering.
And in particular, if they came off the line and they didn't come up straight, if they came up on an angle, that was a trigger for you to run. And you just tuck it and go as hard and as fast as you can. And if they read the step, they put a hit on you. If you're going quick enough, you spin out of it. Yeah, but it's around that time, 15 minutes, 22 minutes, around that time when you've worked over a defensive line and, you know, the big guys have made 20 tackles. They're your targets.
So you're talking to your fullback. Look at Parramatta all standing in the middle here having a drink. What if he kicked it over in the corner and they scored a try?
Yeah, every break of play, you're talking to your fullback, you're talking to your other halfback, you're talking to your dummy half.
I don't think you're allowed to do that.
Well, they wouldn't know if you did.
I understand that, but I think you find in the rule book it's not acceptable.
You've got to have a genuine attempt, but you can shank it.
Tony Abbott.
You said, what if he kicks it into the corner?
Well, Miss kicks it into the corner.
There's former Prime Minister Tony Abbott, #1 ticket holder here at Brookvale. Yeah. It was interesting, those questions that you were asking the eighth immortal. If we actually got inside his cranium. I've always wanted to get inside his brain.
Many have tried. It's cost me plenty.
Takarangi gets us going again. This is Josh Starling, who had the joy of scoring his first ever try in the top grade last weekend. His 52nd game. Josh Starling. 52 games.
You just watch Josh Starling and also Nathan Peach, their best mates off the field. It's funny, you think they'd go easy on each other, but it's the other way around.
Here's Tapau. And Manly with an 8-2 lead, getting the penalty goal. Lewis Brown, formerly of course with Penrith, as Stewart puts a kick over and nicely picked up by Michael Gordon. He scampers back to the 30-metre line and grabs a penalty for Parramatta.
Well, that'll help Parramatta because they've had real trouble getting up to the other end of the field. It's only their second penalty of the game. This will give them a chance now to at least finish their set of 6 within smelling distance of the Manly in goal. And see if they can set up camp down here for a while and not come back until they've got some points. Their only trip down here, Manly gave away a penalty in front of the post and let them kick the goal.
25 minutes gone in the game. Played by Gutherson. Then Foran, and that's Danny Wicks, who's out there now. He took the place of Daniel Alvaro just a moment ago. And here is Junior Paulo.
That's a good run.
And notice his name in dispatches for an Origin jumper.
Yeah, we've got 54 in the team at the moment.
Exactly right.
Everyone's got a jumper at the moment.
I think Parramatta have turned down the opportunity for the goal.
He's getting wide of the ruck. And he's Kieran Foran's go-to man when he goes wide. Watch out for Paulo here.
So here is Norman. Oh, jeez. He's light of hand, isn't he, Norman? He's a real artist. Jennings to him now. Not touched there. It's gone from Foran to Moroa. And Moroa brings the ball back.
Hobbling.
Into the face of the uprights. The northern end. Peats. That's a great pick-up by Foran.
It's a terrible set of 6 so far. 2 balls have hit the ground.
Norman now drifting across the park. He goes to Gordon. He goes away to Mahu. He's got it away. Jennings off his right foot. Steps into the defence. 5 gone for Parramatta. And here's Norman with this left foot kick. He's looking for the jump. And it's come down with Tafua. He's lost the ball. Bo Scott wasn't ready for it. Foran swept upon the ball. 6 more tackles for Parramatta. Gutherson. Paulo. Riding with those big tree trunk legs of his. Peach goes himself. Doesn't make it. He's Paulo, a dummy half. He's come back to his captain. Now for Norman. Played for Jennings. Long like a bullet. Out there, then it's right, knocked on there by Wicks. Manly's away. This is Tom Trebojevic. A foot race with Radradra chasing. Look at Bo Scott. Bo Scott from nowhere is running down. How did he do that? Now Gordon goes the other way.
Well, the tackle's made by Bo Scott, but Radradra returns and chases to force Trebojevic across field. And then the angle, Bo Scott, the warrior, comes across to get him and force the ball loose. Brilliant defence by Manly, though. They're forcing the error. Look at this, forcing them back. A lot of talk about the Parramatta brick wall, but it's Manly tonight. But they're doing all the hitting and bustling.
I knew he was an outside back, but still didn't know he was safe.
Who got it away? Norman sprints down the left side. Radradra goes in. He gets away from Stewart. Brown has got him. He got it to Norman. Norman will go all the way. Norman scores. There will be some inquiries
Walk
here.
away. Walk away.
Let's listen to the ref. What's he think?
Tackle 4. No try. Check the
I think the
obstruction here,
initial
please.
one, it was a pass from Ma'u.
Don't come to me like that.
Down a short side.
No.
Which,
Now, if he thinks it's no try for obstruction, why didn't he blow the penalty when he saw the obstruction? Why has he waited for the try to be scored to see whether or not? Because Radradra runs back in behind Norman. I don't think it's affected anybody, to be honest. The crowd booed. But if the referee thought it was a no try because of that, why did he allow play to go on? Why did he blow the penalty back then?
well, it's Lewis Brown. Is Lewis Brown impeded here? Have a look. He loses vision for a second, but then he has the opportunity to make the tackle and he misses.
Yeah, he's
and
turned
then he comes
inside
back,
out.
He has a second bite and gets Semi around the legs, but Semi offloads.
We did the play. We see that Parramatta run behind. Semi Radradra runs behind Corey Norman, which disadvantages the defence.
Totally disagree.
Have
Totally
the decision
disagree.
going to the board.
And if the referee thought that was obstruction, why didn't he blow the penalty there? Because if Radradra dies with the ball, it would have been play on. And this is the absurdity of going back to review these things.
It's a no try.
Yeah, well,
Brad Fittler sideline.
You could tell Semi wanted to stop.
have
He was sort of
reviewed
waiting
it.
for the referees to tell him to stop, because that's what he wanted to do. He wanted to play the ball because he knew if they scored, it would have been a no try. He knew exactly what was going on, but he just couldn't help himself. The referees weren't saying anything, so he decided, oh, well, I'll just keep playing on.
I don't think Lewis Brown is impeded. I really don't. I don't think Lewis Brown is impeded. He's turned inside out. Whether or not Corey Norman was there or not, he didn't stop. Corey Norman did not stop him getting to Radradra.
This is Starling.
Lewis Brown followed Norman because that's what he was doing. That's who he was defending. And he got turned inside out by the step.
Vautin.
Totally disagree with the decision. And I disagree with the referee letting it play on if he thought it was an obstruction, which he obviously did because he ruled no try.
Here's Brown. Vautin. Now Walker trips over. I think the major point is with this running around behind your own player, you still have to ask the question, did somebody get impeded? Did they get obstructed from taking part in the defence? It's all very well to run around behind your own player, but was anybody obstructed or impeded? They're the questions. There seems to be, permeating through rugby league, this thought that because a bloke runs around behind one of his own players, there is an obstruction. There might be nobody obstructed.
Yeah, the
There
other
might be no impediment.
Yeah, 100%. And the other point of it is, the referee ruled no try. Therefore, in his own mind, he thought it was an obstruction. Why didn't he blow the penalty then? Because if Radradra gets tackled and Parramatta score on the next play...
I take your point. I think all the viewers understand exactly what you're talking
So
about.
we treat it differently because a try scored.
Here's George Tufua. Play just inside the 30. No change to the scoreboard. That's the bottom line. 8-2 in favour of Manly. Haven't we seen some brilliant stuff, though? The Jamie Lyon try was just outstanding.
I still can't believe Bo Scott
Both Scott and that run.
Ran Turbo Tommy down.
Yeah. Talking about Turbo, here's his brother, Jake.
It's a good game.
Oh, it's a ripper of a game. Stunning. It's a ripper of a game. But what Joey just said, he just reminded me of Bo Scott. I can't believe that. Here's Coruscant putting one through. Gordon. Perfectly placed. Radradra. Doesn't matter where they are in the competition. There's some clubs, it doesn't matter whether they're running 15th and 16th. You've got to have the cameras there, haven't you?
You love Parramatta. This is right back in the 80s. This is where you live your life in the 80s.
Honestly, you've got me having more love affairs than Humphrey Bogart.
You still dress like you're in the 80s.
Well, my wife buys the clothes. Here we go. It's gone out along the line. Jennings got it away. Radradra pushes away from Trbojevic. He's got it back to his captain, Foran. He's got the ball away. Miraculously picked up and planted over the line by the 16. Danny Wex. No, he's not over. Referee said play on. Jennings into the middle. The kick by Norman, and it's down, knocked on. They've got to score. They've got to score. Takarangi puts it over.
Adam, I've got a try.
Happy?
Yes.
Talk about incredible.
Let Sammy stop and go then. The Fijian sidestep.
Well, it's exciting stuff.
Have a let him stop here.
Where did Danny
and then
Wex
go.
come from?
And the fan.
Harvey Norman replay. Danny Wicks backs up, juggles it, gets it back. He put down inches short.
Look at that, 2
Corey
seconds.
Norman with great vision sees that they're short out wide. Tafua can't make the grab. Picked up by Takarangi. Harvey Norman replay. Parramatta finally get their try.
Wow.
Not on air yet.
We're back at Brookvale. There's our try scorer, Brad Takarangi. Did any of you guys think that he could have improved the position of where he put it down?
Well, he's obviously not the goal kicker because he didn't give it a lot of thought.
That's the point I'm making. I'm just trying to remember, was there a defender anywhere in the region?
Well, I think he was just happy to get across there.
He might be confident in Michael Gordon.
Yeah, well, Mick won't miss from out here either. You could put him on Manly Beach, he'd kick it from out there.
You're that confident, are you?
Certainly.
A certainty.
Certainly.
Michael Gordon just wiping some beads of perspiration from his forehead. The label has gone on the forehead from the great man from the Panthers, who has a great memory, fond memories of this fellow. Michael Gordon. Certainly. My God, it is. My goodness, it is.
Why did you ever doubt it?
Brad Fittler sideline.
Yeah, what a player. Showed a bit of an experience here, Tommy. Let's see me on his outside. Jamie Lyons been doing a fantastic job covering his inside, but he just couldn't help himself, Tommy. He was trying to bag his speed. I felt sorry for poor old Dylan Walker. He's standing out there on the edge on his own. He would have felt naked. All these Parramatta people coming down. Everyone's watching me. Just try to grab it too hard.
Now, that's the picture I wanted to see. There was a player there. It was Martin Tapau, referring back to Takarangi. With Kenny Terapo bringing it out to the 20-metre line. So it's 8 points all. Manly and Para at Brookie.
That's Marty.
Where they've played 61 times and Parramatta have only won 18.
From these set starts, Parramatta, they like to work the ball, hit the ball on that right-hand side and open that field up and play with Foran and Norman playing to Jennings. All the running here, Parramatta.
This is Kenny Edwards who's out there. Match being played in front of a very, very good crowd. As Danny Wicks, mark that down as one of the plays of the night. Danny Wicks' performance, his contribution to the previous try. The 15 is Terapo, 20 metres out. They've got a bag full of highlights at half-time. Sterlo and the team. As Wicks is upended and put down, I thought he might have landed on Vautin's head. They go away to Gordon, who dummies and spins, but he spins into Tapau. Last tackle for Parramatta. Foran puts a kick on it. Oh, they've got it, Parramatta. Jennings celebrates 200. Birthday next week. No try, is he going to say?
Bernie.
Ben Cummins, it's over to you.
No try.
Oh, not again.
You see how that ball comes out, whether it's a knock on, please.
You've thrown the 200th game, the birthday in, the whole lot. You've got it all in there.
That's right.
What's he done?
Kick chase is onside.
He's lost the ball. Oh, dear.
Oh, dear.
Well, I hope Brett Stewart and Jennings get a try before this one's
stop
over.
it, please. You've been down this avenue earlier. I am looking at rump steaks.
I feel for you, mate.
Oh, dear, oh, dear. So 8
Looking at
points
camera
all.
7 to determine the point of contact.
Oh, what are we looking at here? Whether or not there's a high tackle or something?
Oh, look at that ear.
Slaps at the ball.
Simons has a slap at the ball.
Did he bump someone's knee there? I think he bumped his own teammate's knee, did he? Let's have a look. Slaps at the ball.
We've reviewed the decision and going to the board.
Yeah, he'll put the onus on Michael Jennings here. Ball is lost. Comment from Brad.
Young fella that just went on, Adam Fanua Blake. Young Tongan fella. He's been to a few clubs, had a pretty checkered past. He's number 22. I reckon he'll be the next one to hit it up. He's an absolute beast. He's had a wonderful pre-season, lost plenty of kilos, done his time in reserve grade, and I reckon he's ready to go. They've got huge hopes on this bloke. There he is, dragging 3 to the ground. Good start.
Played juniors in South Sydney with Mascot, I think it was. Then he went to the Dragons. Now, I'm led to believe that Bob Fulton got a tip about him. He went all out to get him. This young man, Adam Fanua Blake. Walker showing it to Corus. Oh, Simon's knocked on. Double knock on.
Look out.
Double knock on.
Turn it up. Skunk cock on.
Jake Travojevic up the tunnel. 3 1/4 minutes out from the break.
Yeah, the great Bob Fulton. He's like the RTA. He's got cameras everywhere. There isn't a player that he can't find. He's got eyes in the sky all over the place. The Fulton Menzies stand, 2 of the greats from the Sea Eagles.
Here comes Steve.
Yep, that's fine. Here we go.
Yvonne Sampson from the sideline. Yes, Yvonne.
Ray, just an update on Manly lock Jake Travojevic. He's got a cut above his right eye. He's just gone in for the head injury assessment.
Gee, they're physical tonight, Manly. They're really taking it up to Parramatta. This has been a terrific contest.
Edwards. He's got plenty of equipment in his bag. Kenny Edwards can slide a pass. He's light with the hands. And he's out there at the moment. In fact, he came on at the same time as Terapo from memory. So they'll both probably play about 15 minutes of this first half. 4 and then 8 points all, but Parramatta, what have they had turned down? Manly won, that's for sure. We remember that very well. It was Jennings. That would have been Steve Menzies' equaling try for Brett Stewart. Last tackle for the kick. And Norman puts it down there, and Brett Stewart Sails up above the pack. Brings it back down. Tackled by Takarangi.
Only a minute and a half to go.
George.
It's been a really willing first half. Great ball control from both teams.
Madai is not well. He looked up and said, who was that? He looked up and said, who was that? This is Big Vautin. 8 metres short of halfway. Here's Steve. He gets one, but there's nothing wrong, I don't think, with it. It's just maybe a tad of neck. But it was the look that he gave when he got up. I think he'll revisit that person. He might pay him a visit later. Gordon under the tackle there of Fanua Blake.
It'd be an uneasy feeling knowing you were in Steve Maddai's black book, wouldn't you?
Oh.
He knew he was hunting you down.
Jennings, Gufferson.
I've got to be honest, I thought Parramatta would handle them pretty comfortably tonight, but you can't pick a winner this far from home. I'm telling you, Manly are right in this.
Morua's got the ice on the calf, on the shin. Penalty goes to Parramatta.
Only 10 seconds to go in the half, or they've taken a quick chat. There'll be no chance of getting in position for a field goal. It was a bit of a dumb play, that one.
There's the siren, so the first half is over. I tell you what, there's more than just the players need a break. That was absolutely frenetic.
Come on, mate, I'll buy you a cup of tea. Let's go.
Brad Fittler, it's all over to you.
Yeah, just chasing Dylan Walker. How was it out here, mate?
Yeah, it's fast. Very physical game. Yeah, I think the boys are just doing really well today.
You like Brookvale as your new home ground?
Yeah, I'm loving it. Instead of getting booed, I'm getting cheered, so there's a big difference.
All right, good luck second half.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
So half-time is coming up. Peter Sterling with Brett Finch and Andrew Johns. They will be back to take us through all the first half action. You're watching the Eagles and the Eels. They're not letting anybody down. It's live and free across the 9 and Win networks.
They're really enjoying getting into each other. And the game that I thought I was coming to see with the dominant Eels just hasn't eventuated. Manly have been very, very good.
Manly, of course, in their third 5-day turnaround in the last 4 rounds. And they've got a bit more travelling to do in the not-too-distant future as well. This is the big fellow, Fanua Blake. Now for Tom Simon. I thought there may be a relationship with... this is Vautin with Fanua Blake. I thought he might have been related to a youngster down in Melbourne. Maybe... Yeah, exactly. You're on the right tram. Or Penrith centre Wanda Blake. But no. The guru Middleton said no relation. Play by Travojevic for Walker to kick. It's going high down to a backpedaling Gufferson. So Clinton brings the ball out and he's pummeled back 5 metres out from the Parramatta line. Delicately poised this game. And yes, there may be some thoughts that those 3 5-day turnarounds might catch up in the back end with Manly. But it's even money, take your pick at the moment. Radradra was entered for a race at Hawkesbury today, a horse by the name of Radradra. I think it ran favourite. I don't know whether it won or not. Didn't win, we'll take the name off it. So, Travojevic. Yvonne.
Ray, just an update on Eels lock Tepai Moruo. He won't be back tonight. He's got a shin injury and he's going to go have x-rays on that tomorrow.
Once you see the ice, Yvonne, it's pretty self-explanatory, isn't it?
15, 20 minutes into the first half, he was caught up in that tackle. So an early night for Tepai.
Once they put the ice in the scotch, that's it too. The cue in the rack.
Pekowski.
Played then by Tapau, Vautin and Coruscant. He hasn't got arms that long, but he found a way to pull it in. Brown is the dummy half. Both the dummy halves in this team, Coruscant and Brown, came from Penrith. That's setting Yarrow up there on his own some. James, but Peter Wallace doing a wonderful job.
Radradra ran second at Hawkesbury today, Rose. $1.30 favourite.
Thank you.
You can stop them.
Played by Tamarani. This is Terapo. Norman drifts. I've got a huge rap on Ma'u and Edwards. They've just got some things in their kit bag that blokes their size shouldn't possess, really. Tafua puts a hand up in Gutherson's face and said, "Get away." But the youngster pulls him down. Now Matto.
I met him the other day, Ma'u. I was at Parramatta Leagues Club for a meeting, and he was wandering around with Tim Manor. He wasn't as big as I thought he'd be, but he's well put together, softly spoken, very humble, modest man.
Have you seen those eyes?
Yeah, but he's you can see the hardness in him. But he doesn't talk hard, and he's very humble, quiet sort of a kid.
Hang on a moment. We might have something special in front of us here for Noah Blake. He's causing a bit of wreckage. He's leaving a bit of carnage behind him when he runs, and that hurt. That hurt young Gutherson. In fact, it's Gordon.
His knee went right into the ground. He dived forward to get the ball.
It was a brave take. He knew he couldn't afford to let it bounce. So he made up some ground really quickly to get there, slid into it, and got tackled at the same time. He's getting some treatment in back play. He doesn't feel too comfortable.
Meantime, Parramatta come down the ground in fairly typical Melbourne-type football. Dummy half run, dummy half run. Give it to a bookend, give it to another bookend. Melbourne will be on show on Sunday at another of our boutique grounds. A suburban ground called Loco. Tafua.
And Kieran Foran's on the Sunday Footy Show too. We're going to sit down and go one-on-one with Kieran. Looking forward to that one.
Vautin ran at Nathan Peach. Peachy must have been the smallest one he could find. Simons, Jamie! He had it in the net. It was an easy catch and it went straight through. He'll be filthy on himself. Look at him, the killer. Look at this. Jamie Lyon wouldn't do that again in a month of Sundays. And Trent, I'm sure, agrees with that. Daly, is that Daly sitting up there? What's this? Are they gherkins? Powerade and gherkin, is that some kind of peptide or something?
Not good for the breath.
Yeah, it gives you bad breath in the scrums. It annoys the opposition.
Well, hang on, let's go to Dr. Fittler. He will know.
Yeah, what the gurgles do, they get the juice and they just swish it around their mouth, and what it does, it sends a message to the brain, not the cramp. It's an anti-cramping juice, Ray.
It's an anti-cramping juice. Okay, thank you, Brad.
That's okay.
Here's Terapo. It's amazing what you can find out at the football. Danny Wicks. Had a cramp in the head since... When did you come on board, Gus? Here's Norman. This is this is Edwards, I'm sorry, with the pigtail, is it?
I'll gladly feed you gherkins if you want them.
I remember the mouth like a mincer. Norman, Takaregi! got one or not?
The linesman doesn't like it, I don't think. He stayed in the field of play.
We have tackle 6. We have no try.
Yeah, all the Manly players turned to the linesman and signalled knock on. He just got there too easily, Takarangi. The linesman didn't like it.
And you see where he stood, the linesman. That's exactly what they're supposed to
Looking
do.
to confirm that Brad Takarangi is offside.
So we're talking offside, not dropping ball.
Oh, well, he got the ball down all right.
Where is he?
I didn't feel offside.
He's 2 in from this side.
Looking at camera 2 on the left and camera 9 on the right to determine whether Brad Takarangi is onside.
He's onside.
Was it the Roosters game we're talking about having that line on the field, which...
Mate, just
remember the Latrell Mitchell?
Video referees should not be deciding
Well,
on
I
this.
think this is a try. If you have a look...
We've reviewed the decision, and based on the live decision of no try, we have a decision going to the board.
Well, that sounds negative to me. Let's see. No try.
Time back on.
Okay.
Penalty
If it was
here, boys.
sent to the
Penalty's
bunker
right here.
as a try.
Oi, Manly.
It would have been a try.
Would have been a try.
Well, why do they have to make a decision?
Well, you know what I think. You've asked me 100 times. There should be a third indication. I've got no idea. Why put any commitment on top of the video bunker?
If the linesman called him offside, give the penalty there. Don't even go to the bunker.
Okay.
That solves all that rubbish. If the linesman was convinced he was in front, he's down there. He's the one in line. The camera's up here with you and me. You and I couldn't tell if he was offside. The camera can't tell if he was offside. The linesman was there. He said offside. Give the penalty. Why send it to the bunker? That's a minute of our lives we never get back. No wonder you and I got to talk about gherkins to fill in time.
Fanua Blake. So, a penalty now. 22. Have a look at the size of him. And that's a steal. There's 2 in the tackle, and Beau Scott only had eyes for the ball. Friday night next week, it's Cowboys. To beg your pardon, this week, Cowboys Rabbitohs. Tomorrow night from Townsville. Thursday night football. We can do some funny things with it. Sunday, Tigers Storm at Leichhardt. So Cowboys Rabbitohs tomorrow night, Townsville. Then Sunday, Tigers Melbourne. Tigers won that corresponding game tidily last year. Walking not high, taken by Takarangi. Walker turning it back on the inside for Fanua Blake. 10 out. Walker shows it and then goes away for Coruscant. It came off the hand of Stewart. It went back to play on. Travojevic is with the ball, and who runs him down? Beau Scott. He's run him down again. Fanua Blake. Corner, and Gutherson. It's just that one blemish, but they've pumped away, they've peppered him all night.
This was an amazing kick. Off balance, he had to change course, and watch the way Dylan Walker bends this ball back. He'll kick the ball across his body, and it'll bend back and lands it perfect. Half a metre out. George Tafua waits for Gutherson to catch the ball and just pushes him back in the in goal. That was amazing skill there. Great kick, Dylan Walker.
So the dropout is good. Now he goes back. Manu stops him at around about the 30-metre line. Here's Tom Simon. Gee, with these 2 big fellows out there, Manly have added a bit of weight to their front 6. Come away to Walker now. Edwards hangs on in 17.
You just get the feeling Manly are more comfortable with where the score is at the moment.
Here's Travojevic again.
Parramatta look a little frustrated, but their defence is still really good.
Terapo made that tackle. Now Coruscant and Ma'u and Scott, they make the tackle. He's 8 out. Leary is the dummy half at the moment. Walker, he's been held back, and then it's gone back to Jake Trebojevic, and now away to Matai, and then Coruscant tries to bat it on. The ball goes back, and further back.
Well, they got lucky there, Manly. They were all over the shop, and they've been rewarded with a 6 again.
Jamie Lyon, he's got young Tom with him, but he's tackled on the 20-metre line. Leary, Trebojevic, Tom to the middle, looks for his brother. And Jake went spearing through. 14,500 people here tonight. And watching a really top quality game between Manly and Parramatta. Play by Leary. High ball to Walker, opens the ribcage. Matai to Fua. Taken down 8 metres out from the line. So Tapau is the dummy half. He goes away with a nice pass to Stewart to give down to Fanua Blake. On to Booth. And 5 gone to the middle. Walker. Bullet-like pass. Stewart on to Coruscant. And now back for Simons. He looked to the left. There's nobody there except about 7,000 people, but they're spectators, and Radradra has to clean it up.
Yeah, good work here, Tommy Simons. Again on tackle 5. Manly not in kick formation. They start to put the ball through the hands. Some risky offloads. And Tommy Simons says, you know what, I've got to get my foot to the ball here. Coruscant gets it away. He looks up. There's nothing really on. And just feathers a beautiful little grubber kick. Perfectly weighted. Radradra has to fall on it, and Manly get the ball back. So that's 2 sets of 6 in a row. They've actually stuffed up their 5th tackle option, and they've ended up with a restart of the tackle count. I want to turn this into points now.
So Vautin, straight up the middle. Leary now for Fanua Blake. South Sydney Junior. That's in time, as I said, with the Dragons. On debut, that's been taken in a 2-man tackle. That's a steal. Manly, I think, will take the 2.
Yep. Jamie Lyons coming across. Looked like the Manly player actually handed him the ball there, didn't it? And Jamie Lyon will wait for a kicking tee. We might take a break.
So we will break and be back in a moment. So Jamie Lyon about to creep 2 points closer to 1,500 career points. He started the game, he needed 16. And thus far he's got a try and 3 goals. So he's 6 away from 1,500 career points.
Doing a really good job, the Seagulls. Parramatta just can't play the game the way they want to play it. They've just been bustled and harassed by Manly all night.
Wide World of Sports on Sunday morning. That's the Sunday Footy Show. Guest host, of course, is Kieran Foran. That's at 11 o'clock. And prior to that, of course, Wide World of Sports hosted by Ken Sutcliffe and Emma Friedman. So we're looking to move into the next part of this game here at Brookie. 14,660 here tonight. Brad?
It has been a beautiful night. The state of the game, we've got 24 minutes to go. Parramatta have used 5 interchange. Bo Scott was the last to come off. Men have used 4. It's 10-8. And I'm excited. Thank God it's Thursday.
It's become your signature, that. Fanua Blake. Impressive. While you were in that break and Jamie Lyons was getting ready to kick the goal, Vautin came off for Manly and he got a rousing reception. This is Blake Leary hanging on desperately, Junior Paulo. Now a no-looker, and Walker takes it up towards the 30-metre line. Taken by Edwards. Coruscant kicks high down into Rudra's corner, and he gets rid of Jamie Lyons. Toe tracking, actually. Typical semi-trailer. The Manly tackler. Now for Michael Gordon. He's out to his own 20-metre line.
Blake Leary at a dummy half showed normally a back rower. Gets in a dummy half. Have a look at the legs going.
Well, Lewis Brown started the game at dummy half for Manly, played about 50 minutes and did a really good job. He's only a makeshift dummy half, more known as a back rower or outside back. And Blake Leary, who's an edge back rower, he's gone in there now to fill the dummy half role.
And Norman's kick.
It's an area, Gus, where I thought the Eels had a huge advantage for interchange, but the interchange for Manly really stood up.
Stewart. Now they're out just outside the 10, and he's coming off now. Adden. Fanua Blake. And the crowd acknowledge his presence as well.
What happened there?
Pull up lane then?
He didn't look too good, did he?
For him?
He needs a gherkin.
Just wait there, mate.
Get the gherkin. Freddie, go get the gherkin jar. Give him a swig of gherkin.
I've got the gherkins in my hand.
He's getting he's obviously brushed the
Want some
gherkins.
Look at this.
No, he doesn't want some gherkins.
It's enough to get you up with cramps, isn't it? So they can bring the gherkins out. No, I'm okay.
Walker. And that's taken in good field position for Parramatta's Gutherson, who played the ball on halfway, and a penalty goes to Parramatta. So here they are.
There's a chance.
They're about to get on the bike.
And both sides, I've got to say, with 21 minutes to go, both sides showing some real signs of fatigue now. It's been a quality game, plenty of hard hitting, and there was always this wonder when it got to the back end, which of the two would survive. Manly off the short turnaround. Manly expect Parramatta to finish over the top of them. Well, this is the part of the game they're referring to, this next 20 minutes.
Takes the first play. 21 metres out. In the middle. The second. Played by Wicks. Foran, second man, and then Norman. They all collide and get tangled up. Corey Norman to play the ball. And De Gois is out there. And Foran gives it to Wicks. Right on the line. 9 out. Fourth gone. Blindside play. Foran back. There's a chance for Jefferson. No, it's gone forward.
Don't start it. Don't start it. Don't start
George
it. Don't
Tafua.
start it.
It's like Superman off the wing, just charged at Takarangi. Watch Tafua fly in here. Ooh. That'd hurt.
Well, he saved a try with his aggressive defence there because he forced the error from Takarangi. Takarangi usually pretty good with the quick hands pass, but Tafua, with no thought of self-preservation, charged in there and forced the fumble. Saved a try for his team.
This must be awful.
Yeah.
When you see the ball coming and at the corner of your eye you can see someone like George Tafua and there's a target right on your ribs. No thanks.
So I think George is coming off. Portion of the crowd over on the hill, our home, our brookie. How appropriate to the debates that they've got going at the moment. The future of Brookvale Oval.
Just looking at the Manly bench, I guess they've got to put Lewis Brown out there, and whether or not Lewis Brown fits in on the wing or in the centres or somewhere, he's a bit of a Mr. Fix-It. He can play anywhere, but I'm not sure Lewis Brown would be comfortable if he had to play on the wing. Whether Maddai goes to the wing and Brown goes to centre, or they shuffle another couple out, they might put Blake Leary out wide and put Louis back in the scrum.
Defensively, it's a real specialist position now. You saw Toovey there. He cut that try off, flying in to cut it down. There's a big push here. It is back to the 80s. They're pushing in scrums.
Change it! Change it! Hold! Hold!
It's like the flying wedge rabbits.
Well, let's have a look at it again. Parramatta with a big push, and they try to get the ball back from a feed against them.
Whoa.
Poor old Manly. Number 6, who was feeding the scrum, he got squashed underneath the whole thing.
See, back in the 80s, everyone pushed in the scrum. Nowadays, they do it once a year.
Made one tackle. Fight when you fight. Hold. Fight when you're ready. Hold. Come.
Darcy Lussick. Vautin, a comment?
Ray, just an update on Seagulls winger George Toovey. He has been hobbling around with that right ankle injury, and then he had Takarangi's knee buried into his right shoulder. I don't know if the pickle juice can help with that.
Point made. Tom Simons. Blake Leary's a dummy half. This is the last tackle for Manly. They need a big one. Walker. He sends one way up into the sky. Here it comes for Gufferson.
Well, Lewis Brown's gone to centre and Maddai's gone to the wing.
Gordon now. Brad.
Lewis Brown's played for New Zealand at centre, at second row and at hooker. So he's as versatile as you get.
Foran. So the two dummy halves out there together. They go across to Norman, second man play. Gordon drew Trebojevic in, gave it to Jennings. Gordon again to the short side. Norman puts a kick back into the middle, covered up by Matta. And Steve comes running hard back towards the 20. Tackle looks like it. Well, the crowd thought it crept up.
We'll stop and have a look.
Have you got anything there? I've got something.
Nathan Teach for the little swinger over the top. Oh, I don't know that he's hit him.
I can only deduce that was left to the video referee.
Yeah.
He asked Adam Devsic out loud in front of us, have you got something? And I thought Devsic said nothing. It must have been a video referee's call. Play by Nate Miles. This is Tom Simon. This is Thursday Night Football on Channel 9. Trebojevic. 20 metres out from the line in the middle. The chance is it for Manly. Lewis Brown. Stutter. And the dummy, that's 5. Blake Leary. Dummy half, goes himself. He might be hard to stop. No. There comes the ball out the back late. And it's come away from Trbojevic to Coruscant to Simons. He puts a little kick in behind Radradra. No time to think about it. Now he'll try and get back. Still trying to get back. Now he's, in fact, on his back.
It's a great skill for a back rower. Tom Simons. The ability of a back rower just to kick, grab the ball to the in goal. Now, this isn't a fluke. They actually train for this at training. Double pump. Sees the opening. Perfect touch there. Sammy does his best to get out, but beautiful play there from Tom Simons, and that's hours and hours of practice at training. Training their back rowers to kick just in case.
10-8 the score in favour of Manly. Drop out time, Yvonne.
Ray, just an update on George Tafua. They're worried it might be a possible fracture to his right collarbone, so he's off for x-rays.
This is Darcy Lussick with the ball. 35 away from the Parramatta line. Nate Miles carries it to the 30.
Nathan Peets, some of his tackling tonight, so aggressive.
Right side play for Coruscant and Simons. Play on the hill side of Brookie. Miles struggling and straining his way down to the 10. So that's the fourth gone. And it's back from Walker to Jake Trbojevic. 5 gone for Manly now. Leary. Walker goes back into Stewart. Puts a little kick in. And oh, gee, there'll be an appeal here from Darcy Lussick.
Yeah, but Brett Stewart runs behind some of his players.
Tackle. No try. Can you check for a possible obstruction and grounding here, please?
So they're straight onto the obstruction involving Brett Stewart. And the grounding,
Blake Leary
is suspect.
Runs around Jake. No one's impeded.
Well, that's not obstruction.
But he runs behind his players, Gus. So if they're going to rule on the other one...
They can't disappear. He hasn't hurt anyone. He hasn't
Isaac
obstructed
DeGoyce...
I agree with anyone.
Watch this.
And there's no put down anyway. What are we doing? What are we doing? Oh, wake me up when it's over.
Oh, don't be like that. Brad?
I've got to say, Junior Paulo was obstructed. When Brett Stewart was behind the player, he kicked the ball. Junior Paulo had no idea whether he was running or kicking. I have to say that is an
We
obstruction.
see that the Manly player touches the ball after it has been kicked by Parramatta, which he's entitled to do because it wasn't in possession when he kicked at the ball. Have a decision and going to the board.
All right, well, we haven't got a grounding anyway. There'll be an obstruction ruling.
No, it's no obstruction. They're going back to the 20 metres.
Going back to the 20 metres. So I'm trying to work out, and I could hear you two debating and trying to work out how it differed from the earlier obstruction call.
There's none.
There is no difference?
There was none.
Okay, that's the point.
There was no obstruction the first time.
Played then by Junior Paulo.
They're all spooked by obstruction. Stop sending obstruction up to the video referee.
Wicks plays the ball. Mahi. His legs are getting tired. They're getting heavier. On both sides of the halfway line. Norman. Gordon. Michael is taken to ground by Blake Leary and Nate Miles. Isaac DeGoyce. Norman. Then Foran. Takarangi. Unload. Terapo. Just into Manly's area. Down the middle. Norman puts a kick in. He knows that Stewart's got a bit of ground to cover. Here's Brett coming out towards the 10. I want to mention the work that he's doing with the kids down from the country at the Far West, Royal Far West organisation here in Manly. He's the ambassador of diabetes, of course, and when the kids come down from the country, he spends a lot of time with them. And they're here tonight from the outer townships of New South Wales and Queensland.
There's a lot of tired boys out there.
Yeah. Here's Leary. He's going to kick and run, and De Goyce. Well read by Isaac. So Parramatta have got the ball in good position.
I don't know if that play was in Blake Leary's playbook when he packed his footy bag to come to the game tonight.
This is Terapo.
Look good.
I've seen players lose their kicking licence for less. Anyway, Parramatta need a try, and I don't know, they just look to be bustled at the moment. They need to settle down.
Foran, and then Norman, then Gordon, and Gordon to Rudd has taken 8 metres out. Stayed in the field of play. So to Norman for the kick. He's going out, looking for Takarangi. He flies high, the ball. Oh, Gutherson lost his footing. He flicks the ball back. It's come from Edwards, gone to Paulo. Now it's gone off the boot into the in goal, and Parramatta, they get on the ball. Jennings is over the line.
Check it back. Takarangi doesn't touch the ball here.
So they're going to go back, and this will be a very long investigation.
Yeah.
Can you just
They're going to
see
check
Takarangi
everything
touch
here.
the ball on that first kick?
Where did Jennings come from? He plays on the other side of the field.
Outside from the first kick, going through to the contest.
We're going all the way through here.
I'm sure Takarangi, he has an air swing. Wow. Yeah. It's no knock on, it's a try to Jennings.
He's got downward pressure on a ball that's on the ground. Takarangi, does he have an air swing? Does it come off him and go forward?
There's no knock on there, I don't think.
I don't know.
I don't think he touches. Well, they've given a try.
Looking at camera 6 on the right-hand side to determine whether Brad Takarangi touches the ball.
I don't know that you can judge
Cleared
from
the
that
contest
last shot we saw
from the
of
original
Takarangi.
kick.
Here it is again.
He misses, doesn't he? Miss. Look at the
So the
camera,
ball
and
is
he's
still
saying he's
live at
touched
this
it.
point in time.
I think he's missed it.
Kick chase from the second kick is onside.
We got a hot spot.
Snicko.
Snicko, that's what we need.
We need Snicko.
One of the important thing is he's given a try. They've gone now past that incident.
Ball is touched by Manly and goes forward. We've reviewed the grounding, have a decision of going to the board.
Well, they've gone to the grounding, so I think that's fairly self-explanatory. So the try has been given. So there's the try scorer. He's got a birthday coming up next Wednesday when he turns 28. Michael Jennings, National Centre, State Centre, scoring his try that had plenty of drama around it. Did Takarangi get fingertips to it? If he did it go forward? That's one side of the equation. But the video referee has gone with the on-field call, and the try was given. It's now been converted. Brad Fiddler sideline.
Well, when I first started Penrith, Phil Gould used to give you $100 if you scored a try after playing the ball. And Michael Jennings does the next best thing. A beautiful dummy half pass, mind you. There's plenty of obstruction around there. But he ended up running 40 metres to get on the end of an Isaac De Goyce beauty.
Was that approved in the salary cap then, Gus?
It all went in the salary cap, yes.
A Alvaro. Which reminds me, I took note of a meeting you said you had at Parramatta Leagues Club. Were you there as a guide, as an instructor? Or was there a meeting of the bosses? Terapo. Nothing?
I was there for a meeting.
Okay, you were there for a meeting. Paulo, Alvaro. Daniel Alvaro.
I was having a meeting with NRL Education and Welfare.
Ma'u. We've given Fanua Blake another session as they try to resurrect Junior Paulo. And Brett Stewart down. Still had time to get up and go. And he gave the ball to his captain, Jamie Lyons.
Junior Paulo's
20.
He's coming off.
Yeah, he's off to the head then. He's a little bit dazed. Is this their last interchange here? It's Nathan Teets heading back out.
Jake Travojevic and Steve Maddai. 4-point ball game. Paulo goes up the tunnel. His night is over. 71 minutes gone. And Walker, he keeps pumping these kicks high into the air, then a bat down, it comes back to Walker, it's on the ground, and Edwards didn't, I don't know whether Edwards wanted to have the ball or not have the ball. Let's see what happens to Paulo. Well, that's not enough to disturb him. What actually got him?
Come on, mate. Yep.
Play the ball.
I don't know what concussed him. Alvaro. Parramatta then leading by 4. Here's Nathan Peets. A win here tonight for Parramatta. They could have a piece of the lead by the end of the weekend. Edwards. There's De Gois, he's got them backpedaling. Tapau's got him, put him away, 22 metres out. And played by Isaac De Gois. Kieran Foran got a bad pass. Now it's gone on to Norman. He puts a kick in, here comes Simi Rad. Brett Stewart loses the ball, Jennings gets another. Michael Jennings has got himself a double. It'll be interesting to see what Rad's part in all of this is, though.
Tackle, fly. You just confirm those kick chases.
Semi was going to chase. At the last minute, he stops on his run to stay on side. We've got the 20-metre mark there to show us where he is. So he stops on his run and stays behind.
We've got camera 1. We can see that Semi Radradra is onside. Ball is knocked on by Manly. Possession is gathered cleanly by Parramatta. We've reviewed the grounding, have a decision of going to the board.
So the flying Michael Jennings gets a double at Brookvale tonight. 200th game for Michael and 2 tries to boot.
Well, as they did in the first 40 minutes, they're just finishing a little the stronger, the Parramatta Eels.
Michael Jennings, 2 tries tonight in his 200th game. Now Michael Gordon, former Penrith teammate of the try scorer. And from the sideline. Want to back him in or back him out? It's gone out far too wide. So the certainty from earlier in the night can miss one. Brad Fittler.
There's been an interesting back half to the game. You got to say, the 2 tries have come off Manly errors. It's come down to the Parramatta defence. Read through the Middo stats that come through, and this is the best defence that Parramatta have had since 1986, the last time they won a grand final. And they just keep putting pressure on you and pressure on you and pressure on you. And that staunch defence, you bring the ball down the other end, it comes up. Well, there's another error right there.
So the advantage applies, and Terapo brings it back to halfway. 5 minutes of the game remaining. And Gordon it is. Alvaro. Bumping. Forceful run, then almost placed in a dangerous position. De Gois knows he's got these forwards not square and picks up a penalty. Parramatta get another chance.
I think both sides have been really good, but you can just tell in the latter stages Parramatta have been able to be good for a bit longer. Manly just starting to wane a little bit. We haven't seen Parramatta on the attack very much at all during the game, but now that they've got some ball at the other end of the field, they've been able to force a couple of tries with their kick chase and defence.
It certainly looked to me, both sides, as though they got the credentials to be top 8 sides.
It's been a high-quality game from that respect.
De Gois brings something different to the table. Ma'u running onto that ball. They don't leave anything behind, do they? Foran now. Here is Kenny Edwards. He can slide a pass, but making sure that he doesn't on that occasion was Tapau. De Gois. It's a bit small to be trying to push his way through there. Edwards. Foran goes behind and then goes out wide. It bounces away to Radradra. They got 3 players. Radradra's in to score. Yet another try against Manly.
Well, that's actually brilliant from Radradra, because when he caught this ball, he sort of paused. There was plenty of Manly defence in front of him, and he did it to Trbojevic in the first half. You watch when the ball comes out, he'll actually stand still with plenty. Look, he got 3 defenders. He stands, stutters, and then he beats them on the outside with speed. That's brilliant stuff. There are 3 Manly defenders there in front of him, and they all stop. And he makes them stop when he pauses. He's brilliant. He's better than brilliant. He's exceptional.
Well, he's scored 10 tries in 6 games against Manly. And here at Brookie, he has scored 5 in 3.
He would have won at Hawkesbury today. Got no doubt.
Gus was referring back. Somebody's decided to call a horse after him, which ran second this afternoon. This bloke would have finished first, there's no doubt. Against the horses, I don't care. He'd still beat them.
Just that pause and that little... He sort of had Jamie Lyon there, and Jamie Lyon thought, well, I've got you covered. Then he paused, a little hop in the air, and went bang and took off.
Yeah.
And he just burned Jamie Lyon, just burned him on the outside. Kieran Foran back playing against his old club. He'll be all smiles tonight. Probably didn't get much sleep last night. He's coming off actually getting a rest. Or he's coming off for some instructions. No, he's coming off for a rest. Look at us.
He's certainly not going to the... He's not going to the Gherkin. Michael Gordon then from that touchline. Couple of minutes to go in the game. And that ball dropping just wide and short. Brad, you've been very busy tonight.
It's been a wonderful evening, Ray. I love watching try scorers when they go through that period where they just can't crack it, can't get a try. Semi hasn't scored since round 3. We're so used to seeing him score every week. But it's great watching him. He's just hunting tries wherever he can. And tonight, that was just some of the best footwork and speed you've ever seen on Jamie Lyons, one of the most experienced players in the game. Absolutely brilliant. He would do anything to score a try, Semi.
This is Alvaro carrying the ball back.
And the score's a little bit unfair on Manly now. I think the game's been a lot tighter than that. Although when you look up, it's 4 tries to 1. So Parramatta have come through the slather and whack and the closeness of the scores. Probably not at their absolute best in attack, but have still managed 4 tries and a resounding victory at Brookvale.
I mentioned it's their third 5-day turnaround in the last 4 rounds. And they went to New Zealand last weekend. Then it's off to Newcastle next week. Then Brisbane, then Canberra, then Gold Coast, then Townsville and Perth before the end of July. So they'll be getting plenty of frequent flyer points, Manly.
How would you go playing for Manly, Red?
I'd find an injury.
We'd have to need plenty of replacements, wouldn't we?
I'd find something wrong with myself. I've used the passport trick. I can't find it, sir. Well, you can't get on the plane. Go home. Thank you.
Oh, dear.
Well, this kid has made a couple of mistakes, but I think he's been pretty good for Miller Blake. And Vautin, oh, gee, that's a perler of a tackle. That's a rib tickler. Maddai's now knocked the ball out, I think you'll find here. So it'll be a scrum, it'll be a Parramatta feed. And there won't be time for any of that anyway. So it's over, and I think most viewers would think that what Gus just said is right. This scoreboard is unfair to Manly. It was a tremendous contest. In fact, I think they were still in front after an hour of the game, Manly, and Parramatta looked like they were struggling to get on top. Parramatta's finished up with 4 tries to 1 and 22-10. The Eels, in spite of what's going on in and around them, in spite of that, have got a share of the lead right now on the premiership table. Of course, Brisbane came into the competition this weekend in front by 2. So post-match is next. Peter Sterling, Andrew Johns, Brett Finch, Phil Gould. They'll take you through all the highlights, the reactions, and all the hard-hitting moments, and bring you tonight's very best player for Victoria Bidder. You're watching Thursday Night Football live and free on Nine's Wide World of Sports.